If you've been following self-improvement for a while, you know that there's almost a warlike division between the video game community. Some people are adamant that video games are a non-negotiable and must be removed, but there's also keen defenders saying that video games are a fun hobby and a pastime. And maybe you're unsure or you just don't know how to quit. Well, I hope that my story about video games can help you reach a conclusion. So, I don't think I was ever fully addicted to video games, but it was definitely a big part of my life. I think we can all agree that we can divide our video game journey into two distinct parts: pre-clarity and post-clarity.
What?
So what I mean by this is, in pre-clarity, video games were genuinely fun. We had no idea of the harmful effects and we just had fun. You would look forward to playing it with your friends, and whether it was just waiting for the next update or killing the Ender Dragon, you remember the fun. I personally remember searching up for the weekly XP token that would randomly generate on the Fortnite map, and this was chapter 2-3, so if you remember this, you're really OG. And also building oak houses with my friends on a shared console, and this was genuinely so much fun for me because I never owned my own gaming console, but I eventually saved up for my own PC, which I regret buying, and I think that was the transition into post-clarity. And anyway, so video games pre-clarity was a rarity, a pastime I could go for, honestly, to have fun. And my parents, being good parents, they would limit me to a couple of hours on the weekends. And this was when I began to transition, I think, along with the purchase of my PC. When I would forget to do my homework and my parents would say no video games this week, I would begin to feel desperate and distraught. And then from that moment, I knew that video games had some sort of a grip on me. And even disregarding all of the money that I spent on the vast array of video games, the thing that I look back with the most sense of regret is the time that was wasted. If you want to know, I played a really wide array of games, from mobile to PC. So Clash of Clans, Battle Cats, Minecraft, Fortnite, Valorant, Warzone, COD, Overwatch, and I spent a lot of money, I would say, across all of these, but what I spent more was my time. So ask yourself this: when you say let's play 2 hours of video games, do you really think that those 2 hours are all you're putting in to video games that day? No, it's more like 5 hours, and I'll tell you why. The countless YouTube videos that you watch about it and the hours you spend thinking about the video games all adds up, and it's more like 5-6 hours. If I played a video game, I would always want to be the best at it. So I would search up YouTube videos on tips and tricks and how I could do better. And I would literally be replaying matches I played earlier in my head. And it drains your mental capacity. And before I quit, I literally hated the game as well. I had no enjoyment left. And it felt weird though to just suddenly stop playing video games, because it had been a habit to play on the weekends every week. So I wasted hour after hour. So how did I stop? Well, it started by going to the gym and focusing on myself. Why would I be needed to associate with these people that I hated so much in the gaming community? So yeah, I stumbled across self-improvement on YouTube and started going to the gym. And naturally, with less time on my hands after picking up these hobbies that I had always wanted to do, such as piano, clarinet, kickboxing, gym, and studying for tests, gaming gradually decreased. And now I could do so much more with my life. And I had seen this because I had thrown myself in there to do these new activities. So gaming felt wasteful. And as much as I'd like to say it was a happily ever after, it's not. You can't expect just because you've detached away from video games, it will never be a part of your life. Over the bank holiday, last month, I spent 40 hours on Terraria because I found it and I just downloaded it and played it. And of course I regret it, but I wouldn't call myself addicted again. And because I had once detached myself from games again, I find it so much more easier just to detach and say that was a one-time off, and not to beat myself up about it, and to just carry on with my life. With my story, I hope you can see that video games are not just a mere hobby, and by focusing yourself on giving your time more value and pursuing goals and other hobbies can help detach from video games.